Yo, fam, it's me, Sasha Denbright, and welcome to episode 2 of the 2025 season of You Call That Targeting. My gosh! Week 0 is behind us. We got week 1 coming up. And my gosh, we just got some nipple slapper games. I cannot wait to talk about it. Welcome to the beautiful Truck Burn Studio here in Lake Skillet, Alabama. I'd just like to welcome you in, and I gotta thank Truck Burns. My gosh, they're just such a great sponsor, and really enjoying what they're doing with the podcast this year. So thank you, Truck Burns, for all your support. Now let's get in to what I want to start out this episode with, and it's a huge deal for college football. This Saturday, Lee Corso is making his last headgear selection. He's been doing it for decades, as long as I've been alive, pretty much. Lee Corso has been making game day picks, and let's face it, I've talked trash about him on this podcast, and he has pretty much sucked pure nipples. Probably the last. Hold on, I gotta toot a little bit. But he's pretty much sucked the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. And I thought he should have hung it up a long time ago, but you know what? I mean, he's still a legend. And I think if you're not doing anything Saturday, you need to make sure you're watching game day. He's there for Texas, Ohio State. That's our game of the week. And I have a feeling he's going to pick Ohio State, because Ohio State was his first ever headgear selection. So he put on the Buckeye head or whatever. And, so looking forward to it, and I just wanted to say thank you, Lee Corso, for all you've done for college football. But let's get into the recap, starting with Fresno State versus Kansas. Kansas whipped Fresno State's tits. My goodness, 31-7 and nothing but a pure blowout. My gosh. The one highlight that everybody was wanting to see was Kurt Warner's son. For Fresno State, but he sucked pure nipples. He went 18 of 29, 179 yards, 2 interceptions, and he fumbled the ball. What a piece of garbage. Kansas, their quarterback was 18 of 20, 176 yards and 3 touchdowns. My goodness. So a great performance by the defense as well, 31-7. I mean, that's pretty solid for Kansas there. And we all picked Kansas in that one. And then the next game, Stanford and Hawaii. I was the only one that picked Hawaii. I didn't have a good feeling about Stanford, and I really liked Hawaii's quarterback coming into the game. And they sneak out a win, 23-20. And get this, their quarterback, garbage. Their Hawaii's kicker that kicked the game-winning field goal learned how to kick by watching YouTube videos. So congratulations to the kid. That's pretty awesome. And then the game of the week was Kansas State, Iowa State, in Dublin, Ireland. Now, me and Mike picked Kansas State, Earl picked Iowa State, and Iowa State ended up getting the win 24-21. Now, this was the first game we used the Truck Burns AI predictor, and it predicted Kansas State to win 27-23. And yes, Iowa State won, but get this, though. I mean, really, think about it. If Kansas State would have scored one more touchdown, and that final score was 28-24, the predictor would have only been a few points off, because it predicted 27-23. So I have to give it the benefit of the doubt. I think it was pretty close. And my goodness, even AI can't predict what's going to happen in football games. Let's face it, this game was sloppy as garbage the first half. I mean, the rain just messed the field all up. All the paint was off the field. Whoever did, the grounds crew that took care of that field was nothing but pure garbage. But anyways, Iowa State gets the win. Earl was right about Rocco Becht. He played good. I mean, he didn't have a great first half, but he definitely made plays down the stretch to get the win for Iowa State. And get this now, my gosh, Kansas State's quarterback Avery Johnson, his dad got in a fight with his own son. Not the quarterback, but some other son that he had. They got in a fight like in the parking lot, and the dad was like holding his son's head like in a water puddle. My gosh, I mean, it's already bad enough you lose, But then you got trash family. And believe me, I know what it's like to have trash garbage family. So I feel bad for Avery Johnson and just have them deal with nothing but pure garbage. But anyway, so the points, I got 2 points. Mike only got 1 point. He only got the Kansas game right. What a piece of absolute nipples. And then Earl ended up getting the game of the week, so he got 3 points. So he is currently in the lead after week 0. But that won't last long because we know Earl is nothing but a piece of garbage. So let's give away some awards. Starting with my team of the week. I'm going to give it to Iowa State, guys. My gosh, they beat Kansas State. They were the only team that beat a ranked team this week. Let me get a sip of water. Iowa State could go on another, 10 or 11 win season. Who knows? The Big 12 sucks pure garbage. So they probably don't really have a tough schedule. I haven't really studied their schedule, but I doubt it's tough. And who knows, Kansas State could still be good. I saw a lot of people complaining about, oh man, these teams are ranked and they're garbage and they can't even hold on to the football. But like I said, it was sloppy, rainy conditions. It's the first game of the year. My goodness, cut them a break. Look, I know I'm one that will judge teams and call them trash. But my goodness, you gotta let them have a week or whatever. To say that they're overranked already in one game that was a sloppy mess, my goodness, what garbage fans. But anyway, speaking of pure garbage, let's get on to talk trash teams. And we only got really a couple of trash teams because we didn't have a lot to choose from. And actually, one of these trash teams, the game just ended. I'm recording this Thursday night, and I just happened to look at some scores. I'm like, I'm going to throw them on here. So let's get on to the first game. We talked about them earlier. Fresno State loses 31-7. Nothing but a pure garbage team. They might win 3 games this year or something like that. Nothing but trash. Next trash team. This is a game that just ended a few minutes ago. Number 25 Boise State coming back after making the playoffs last year. Ashton Jeanty being our player of the year. They lose 34-7 versus South Florida. Got their nipples blown off. So my goodness. Boise State not shaping up for a good year, and I doubt they make the playoffs this year. Nothing but a pure garbage team. But speaking of pure garbage, it's time for my absolute trash team of the week. My absolute trash team of the week goes to the UNLV Rebels. My gosh! What a trash team. Dan Mullen sucks nipples. I answered a question last week about how he was going to do, and I said they might win 6 games. Scratch that. I say they win 3. Nothing but pure garbage. Dan Mullen's a trash coach. They barely beat Idaho State 38-31. They gave up 555 yards of offense to Idaho State, guys. Idaho State, 555 yards. Nothing but pure garbage. And get this, Idaho State turned the ball over 4 times. And UNLV only, let's see, hold on. They threw 4 interceptions and fumbled. So 5 turnovers for Idaho State. UNLV only had 1. And they still only won by 7 points. Nothing but a garbage program. My gosh. But hey, that's it for the awards. Let's answer some questions. First question is from Hemorrhoids. It says, after going 7-6 last year, what are the chances of USC sucking balls again this year? I say it's pretty high. I think Lincoln Riley made a mistake when he left Oklahoma to go to USC because they just been pure garbage. He couldn't even do it with Caleb Williams. And I know Caleb Williams painted his fingernails like a sissy boy, but he was still a good quarterback. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL, and you couldn't win games with him? Makes no garbage sense. I say they win 7 games this year. I think they're going to be nothing but pure garbage. If that answers your question. Next question, Franny Farts. It says, hi, Sasha, host of the year, Mike, and my gorgeous Earl. Hope you guys are doing well. I would like to know what coach has the hottest seat this season. Also, speaking of hot, I love you, Earl. My goodness, that was a steamy question there, Earl. Let me answer your question before y'all get all goo-goo over one another. Which coach has the hottest seat? I think Brian Kelly sucks pure nipples. He could get fired this year. If they have a bad year. Let's see, who else? Alabama's coach, DeBoer. My goodness, if he loses another 3 games in the regular season, they'll be calling for his head. I'm sure there's others, Lincoln Riley being one of them. His seat's pretty hot. But I don't know. I don't know who I would say has the hottest seat. I hope Brian Kelly gets fired. That's just personal. But anyways, thank you, Franny. And we love you here. So thanks for your question. Next question's from Nacho Nick. It says, for the last week, I've had insane boogerage. To the point I'm starting to love digging for them. Woo, what a rush. But the problem is my right nostril is starting to bleed. Should I see a therapist? Therapist? My voice went out. It says also, Toledo will win the national championship. Nacho Nick, I guess I should call you by your full name. Yes, I get it. Picking boogers sometimes is fun. And, you gotta be careful, doing it in public. I catch myself sometimes, wanting to roll up a bug and flick it. It's okay, but if you're picking to the point where you got bloody bugs, you probably need to, take a step back. Maybe you shove some Neosporin up there or something. I don't think you need to see a therapist over that issue anyways. I think you need to see a therapist thinking that Toledo will win the national championship, because that's nothing but a garbage pick. And, so that's that. Anyways, next question is from I Kick Kittens 89. It says, Sasha, are you a Swiftie, and will you be attending the wedding? Personally, I'm so sick of hearing about her being America's sweetheart when she's raunchy and downright demonic. And we already know who America's sweetheart is. I don't know who he's talking about, America's sweetheart. It's probably Tig's mom. She's my American sweetheart. But there's a few others. I'd probably throw like Natalie Portman or something on the list. So I don't know who he's talking about. But would I be attending the wedding? I wouldn't attend the wedding if it was in my bedroom. If I just had to walk into my bedroom and be at Taylor Swift's wedding, I would not go. My gosh. I don't care. I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't care about Travis Kelce. White chicks all over the world are dying over this. And, they are losing their absolute minds over it. And it's just dumb. She's like a 40-year-old that sings songs like a 12-year-old girl. And people will just flip out about it. Nothing but pure garbage. And, I believe she is demonic. And she's raunchy. So, that was a great way to describe her. Next question is from Flat Earth Ernie. He says this is a 2-part question. First, do you think Arch Manning will blow us away this year? I don't know about blowing away. I think there's better quarterbacks in the league. I say the league like it's the NFL. There's better quarterbacks in college football. I think Notre Dame's quarterback is probably better. Drew Aller, Penn State's quarterback. I think DJ Lagway, Florida's quarterback, could be better than Arch Manning. I haven't seen enough. And here's the thing, Texas, if you remember last year, we thought they were unstoppable until they had to play some good opponents. And then when they played Georgia, they got beat. When they went to the college football playoff, they had to go to double overtime to beat Arizona State, like pure garbage. I don't know. They're hyping up Texas. They're preseason number 1. But I don't know. We'll know after week 1 how Arch Manning is. I'll tell you that, because, going to Ohio State in that first game. We're going to find out a lot in this first week. But the second half of his question, it says, if we really went to the moon at a time when technology was nowhere close to being advanced like we are now, why can't we just go now, strap on a GoPro, and get decent actual footage? Honestly, the proof just isn't there. Well, listen here, Flat Earth Ernie, and I mean, your name explains it all. I mean, you can look through a telescope and you can see all the other planets are a sphere, but you think the Earth is flat. That tells you there that you're nothing but a dumb idiot. You believe in some ice wall. Well, show me a picture of the ice wall then. If you want proof that we landed on the moon, which there's thousands of images of, but you just don't want to believe that they're real, show me a picture of the ice wall and show me a picture of flat Earth, you piece of garbage. My gosh, what an idiot question. And like, I get so sick of people that say like, oh, well, we lost the technology. We didn't lose the technology, you dumb moron. My gosh. I mean, what we did is we had the Apollo space program that we sunk millions of dollars into and had thousands of employees. We even had 2 astronauts die in a test. If it was all fake, you think these people are going to risk their lives to do this garbage? My gosh. But we didn't lose the technology. We got rid of all that stuff because we quit the Apollo program. And now we would have to get all that stuff back. We would have to hire all these people again. Think about it like this. If you own a restaurant, right, and you got all your employees, you got your tables, you got your chairs, you got your kitchen stuff, you got your stoves, your dishwashers, you got all this crap. And then all of a sudden one day, you want to sell your business and get rid of all of it, right? Yeah, you can get rid of all of it. But then now if you want to create another restaurant, you got to get all that stuff again. And it's not easy and it's not cheap. And that's where we're at right now. There's no sense. And we are going back to the moon. I'm pretty sure it's either this year or next year. But I mean, we got rid of all that stuff because we did everything we wanted to do on the moon at that time. We collected we collected moon rocks. We did all kinds of studies on the moon. We left reflectors there where we can shine laser beams to reflect off the moon. I mean, but you're going to believe what you're going to believe, you idiot. And you just go ahead and believe what you want to believe, but you sound like nothing but a tinfoil hat moron. My gosh. I hope you don't ask no more questions. What a piece of garbage. But let's get in to week 1 picks. Starting with a game tomorrow night, Friday night. It's Auburn at Baylor. I think this is going to be a good game. Baylor is going to blackout, is what I've heard. I like a good blackout game, so that should be fun. Auburn's quarterback, Jackson Arnold, former 5-star Oklahoma transfer, but he sucked pure nipples at Oklahoma. My goodness, they were garbage last year. And I just don't see Hugh Freeze being able to turn him around and turn him into a good quarterback. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that the fact that they're on the road. Sadly, their kicker, Auburn's kicker, is sick again. He's going to miss. So, and Auburn lost some games last year due to inconsistent kicking. I just think they're going to lose this first game. What about you, Mike?
Wow, you're actually going to let me talk. You've been talking for a while. I'm going to go with Auburn. They're the favorite right now. They're 2.5 point favorite. I think Jackson Arnold is going to have a chance to shine at quarterback because Hugh Freeze is an offensive-minded coach. Arnold's coming from a coach that's a defensive-minded coach, and I just think something probably clicked this offseason. I think he's going to be able to move the offense with Auburn enough to beat Baylor.
That's just a garbage pick, Mike. I'm sorry, and I apologize, and I'm sorry, but just garbage. Auburn, I have no faith in them. They've let me down so many times, and they can't hold on to leads, and I can't trust them. And Baylor has a more experienced quarterback. They're at home. Their quarterback threw for over 3,000 yards last year. And, he's pretty good, and I think they're going to get the edge at the quarterback play. I think the crowd will be a little rowdy there. And I just think Auburn's going to be a little shaky to start out the season. So Give me Baylor.
All right, next game is Alabama versus Florida State. I wanted to just put this one on here because I don't think it's going to be a close game. I wanted to put it on here because I just wanted to say Florida State sucks butt meat. My gosh, there's no team I hate more than the Florida State Seminoles. I hope Alabama is up by 50 at halftime. I hope it's not even close. Florida State, I hope that they're nothing but a pure garbage team again this year. I would love for them to be, 1-11, 2-10 again. My goodness, I just hope Alabama beats them so bad. Hold on. I hope they beat them so bad that it just ruins their absolute season.
It smells like tuna fish in here. Man, Sasha. I don't know if they're going to be up by 50 like you want them to be, but yeah, Alabama's going to handle their business in this game. I heard that Florida State has the quarterback that actually beat them last year for Boston College transferred over. From what I remember, the kid was pretty good. I don't have his stats in front of me, but I think they'll be improved. I mean, we all know how terrible DJ Uyunglele was last year. And so I think Florida State will bounce back a little bit, but they don't beat Alabama in the first game.
I think Florida State's as bad as an off-track zipper, and I don't think they stand a chance against Alabama. I think Alabama wins by 21.
Next game's LSU at Clemson. Great game. Clemson's favored by 4. I think Clemson has one of the better quarterbacks in the nation. Cade Klubnik. He started out a little rocky, but I think he's going to have his biggest year yet. And I think he's going to give them the edge over LSU. And Brian Kelly sucks pure nipples.
He does. He does suck pure nipples, definitely in big games, so that's why I'm going with Clemson.
Yeah, until Brian Kelly can prove to me that he can win these kind of games, I'm going to go with Clemson. Like you said, I think their quarterback is going to be a stud this year, and I think Clemson might get back on the saddle and maybe give us a team that can make a deep run in the playoff.
Doubt that. Anyways, next game is Notre Dame at Miami. This is Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. I've been waiting for this moment, and I've been waiting to beat the nipples off of Miami for a long time. My goodness, Carson Beck's their quarterback now. Looks like Sid the Sloth. Nothing but pure garbage. He's probably going to throw 4 interceptions against our secondary. Our defense is straight nasty. Our running game's straight nasty. A quarterback's a little bit of a question mark, but I think he's going to make enough plays and just all he's got to do is play smart and let Carson Beck make the mistakes because he's made plenty of mistakes, like going to Miami, nothing but a thug trash school. My goodness. And he goes there and does TikTok dances with his girlfriend. Nothing but a pure garbage person. Miami's nothing but a pure garbage school. Miami's nothing but a pure garbage city. And they're going to wish that they never scheduled Notre Dame on their schedule because we're going to whip their absolute tits.
Well, I know that you were probably a little biased on that pick. It's at Miami. Carson Beck, he did have some bad games last year. He's coming off of an elbow injury that he suffered in the SEC championship. But I think he's going to get it together. This offense was put up tons of numbers when Cam Ward was the quarterback last year. I think they're going to be able to make enough plays. And with them being at home, I think they're going to do enough to beat Notre Dame to start this year out.
Mike, your mom must be disappointed, like most women, when they see me naked. Just
gross.
Nothing but a pure garbage pick, and you should be ashamed of yourself because I just don't think Carson Beck's the guy. I mean, he struggled. Yes, he's got a good record, as a starter. He's only lost like 3 games as a starter. But, man, he just threw so many interceptions last year. And I think this Notre Dame defense is going to be one of the better defenses in college football. So he's going to have his hands full. And, I think your pick's wrong. I think Notre Dame's going to win.
All right. Well, it's time. By the way, I appreciate that, Earl. Appreciate it. It is time for a game of the week. You call that targeting game of the week for week 1. Number 1, Texas at number 3 Ohio State. The Truck Burns AI predictor has Texas ranked A- offense, A+ defense, and has Ohio State an A offense and an A- defense. But they're giving the edge, I guess, being at home to Ohio State, 55% chance of winning with a score of 28-24. So I'm excited to see how that prediction comes about. But I'm gonna make my pick here, and I'm gonna go with the predictor because I think Texas. I just don't know if they've proven to me that they can beat these big teams in these big games. I think Arch Manning's gonna be good. I think even Arch Manning might be the better quarterback in this matchup. But my goodness, Ohio State has Jeremiah Smith, the number 1 probably player in college football. Just an absolute beast of a wide receiver. They're going to have good defense, and they're going to have the crowd advantage for sure. So give me Ohio State.
It's a toss up to me. It was a hard choice to make, but I gotta go with the experience. I know we don't have a lot of it, but I gotta give it to Arch Manning and Texas. That's who I'm picking to win.
I'm going to go with Texas. I don't think they even care that they're on the road. I think Arch Manning's about as fearless as a 3-legged rattlesnake, and he's going to get it done, and he's going to make enough plays. I think Sarkisian, as a play caller, he's going to dial up something big. Yes, they're going to have to contain Jeremiah Smith, and they're going to have to deal with the crowd for a little bit. But I think this Texas defense is going to be legit this year. I think Arch Manning, does he live up to the hype? I don't know, but he's going to be good. I mean, there's no way around that. He's going to be a good quarterback, and I think he makes enough plays to win this game on the road.
All right, guys, there it is. Week 1 picks are in the books. Cannot wait to recap this awesome game. We'll see you next week.